And no one will take away that. They may have their own weaknesses and whatever failures, but they brought that and we are happy about it. We don't want to go back to one party. There came the PF. They brought patriotism. It's in their name. Patriotic Front. Patriotism. That desire for you to have the love for your nation and support things that have to do with your nation. If they missed out, it's their own fault. But they are a group of people who are patriotic. If you knew Michael Sata, I'm sure you know about that. You know about that. Very patriotic. Here we are now with UPND. What shall we remember you for? Remember, governments come and go. Very soon, you will also be in history. And people will be reading the records of your time. What will people remember you for? Before you beat about everywhere, go back to your name. Your giant is in your name. Unity and national development. And the national development is so broad. Unity is also so broad. Dig into that and ensure by the time you are leaving the stage, we can point at national developmental features, things that you will have left for the nation. Not for your pockets, not for individuals, but for your nation. We have heard stories of politicians who hide their wealth even outside the country. Please, your passion must be for this country. If you have amassed a lot of money, build infrastructure here. Don't go to Dubai and build there. We have heard of politicians who have done that. But UPND, yours is national development. Put up things that will be monumental for future generations. Let me end by saying, from you, our leaders, we need honesty and confidence. We need that. We are right now facing a crisis. Don't pretend it's not there. The crisis is real, very much real. My constituency extends into Luano Valley, bordering with Eastern Province. I go there. You have heard about Luano Valley? There is even Luano district now. All those rural places. My constituency extends into where Lufanyama ends and borders with Kasempa and Solwezi. I have been there. When I say the situation, the crisis we are facing is real, I mean just that. There will be hunger. And that's your giant, Mr. President. That's your giant, honorable ministers. And you know what crises do? They have a way of interrupting the flow of development. There are some things you outlined to do this year, but a number of them will have to be shelved in order for you to face this Goliath. This defiant Goliath. And I'm sure you know that hungry people are angry people. That's what easily creates chaos in the nation. And enemies of development want to ride on that chaos in order to gain mileage. You are aware of those politics. But if you can stand and say, we are facing this giant, and you say, henceforth, Zambia will never depend on rain again in order to feed ourselves. That calls for national features that will solve the problem of being rain dependent. And that takes you to the villages now. What infrastructure can we put in place? What can we bring as a nation in order to develop together, not as individuals? Because we are for national development. So we need honesty from you. Don't overstate the problem. At the same time, don't underestimate it. But the reality is, it's there. It's there. Let's face it, because this is our giant. When you mismanage chaos, innocent people may lose their lives. Chaos that arises out of the confusion of a crisis need to be managed very well. And I'm sure as our leaders, you know how to do that. I'm here to simply remind you that on the ground there, people need to eat. 1 meal per day for those who are lucky has become the norm. And that's not okay. Because consequently, those who are frail in health may have malnutrition. And that will have other ripple effects. Let's work together to see how we can reach all those corners. Even in these townships here, we have churches there, and we see, just by looking at the offering plate as it goes round, you see a tukwacha coming out. That's an indication that something is missing. People don't have. People don't have. So development is your giant. When David concluded, he faced the giant and says, you come to me with a sword, a spear, and a javelin. But I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts. Hallelujah. Amen. Face your enemy like that. Don't go with a physical strength. Honorable Matambo, you mentioned it. The battles you fought were not only physical, but also spiritual. David realized that. Goliath was coming with physical weapons. And David reminded him, I don't have any physical weapon, but I come to you in the name of the God of heaven, whom you have defied. And if we approach things like that, our leader, God is going to help us. And we are here to hold your hands like those two supporters on the mountain for Moses. As the battle was going on, they came and lifted up his hands in order for the battle to have victory. We are here to do that. So that